Going on, guys? It's Johno here from Black Swan Enterprises. I'm here with one of our investment analysts, Dakota, and we're going to be going over some weekly watch lists for this week. Going over some tickets for you guys. So we're starting off on CLF. Dakota, you want to go through?
Uh, yeah, sure. So like John said, we're gonna start off on CLF. We're on the 4 hour time period. And right now what we're seeing is this channel right here, this bullish channel. And you can see each time we've set a trend line right here, starting at the bottom at 1269, and we're here at 1808 right now. And every time so far we've gotten a nice good bounce off of this channel. Notice our stock RSI is also super low and about to intersect, and it's kind of starting to hopefully curl up to the upside. You can see where it bounced off right here. It touched the bottom of the channel off the trend line right here as well. Again and again. So I'm leaning more bullish going into this week. We're expecting a nice bounce right here on Monday and hopefully play the upside on this. If it breaks below this channel, then we're going to play the downside. But right now it's looking, we're also getting the bullish indicator right here. It's worked for us in the past. So leaning bullish on CLF. John, you got anything?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think watch how the market is Monday. I don't think this is going to move too heavy. This won't move heavy with the market or anything like that. So I just think, obviously, just watch this at open. We may see we may open below the trend line and bounce right back up in the evening. But and then also that support that you've noticed at 20, could be first profit. Take some profits there at that 20, and then look to some runners to the 23. And I won't really play this much higher than 23.
Yeah. So price targets, first of which I'd like to clear this gap right here at 1965, and it goes all the way up to 2013. So that's our first price target right there. If we clear this, I think we're going to go ahead and test this resistance right here. We failed it 3 times. 3 times. So once here on April 1st, again on May 5th, and May 18th. So if we can break this is also heavy resistance right here. If we can break this, then like John said, you could ride this all the way up to 23. What I'd probably do is buy 2 or 3 contracts. I can't imagine these being that expensive with it only being $18 stock. I'd probably try to take, buy 3, maybe sell the first one after it clears this gap, maybe the third right here, and then if you leave a runner, if you'd feel comfortable, if you have some profits to play around with, potentially ride it up to 23. Just keep in mind, this could take a week or 2 to get to, so keep that in mind. Spreads also aren't a bad idea in this crazy market right now. So this is also good resistance and potentially good support right here if we bounce. So bullish on CLF for the week. Next, let's start with Verizon, or go on to Verizon. Here, VZ. So same thing, same exact chart, not same exact chart, but same setup right here. We've got this bullish channel right here. We've bounced off of it a few times already. We already bounced right here, so we're a little late on the move, but I'd rather get a confirmation of a bounce. In this market, it's better to react and not predict. Same thing on the 4 hour. We've got a low RSI, our stock RSI right here. We get a bounce usually every time, we get down to this level. So we can bullish right here. We've got a C right here for getting calls. Check the daily. Same thing. The daily looks even better to me because it kind of looks like we may, might open Monday, come down just a little bit, wait for this to, intersect and potentially ride this up to the upside. Notice again, we have a gap with the market last week, jumping up and down, SPY jumping up and down like $6 overnight during the day. We created a lot of gaps to the upside, which was good if you're if you're leaning more bearish into next week. We've also got this gap, 57.46 all the way up to 57. Usually when it bounces, you can see it moves pretty hard and pretty quick.
Yep.
I also like this as a long-term stock. Warren Buffett dumped Apple to pick up some more of this stock for it's got nice dividends. So they've got earnings coming up, but it's a great time to add long-term as well. All right, guys. So this is Steel. Again, we hit on this last week in the Discord. If you guys are in there, if not, make sure you. I think we'll include the link in the description.
Yeah.
Still bullish, still holding this nice bullish trend. Obviously, we get nice strong bounces in the past off of this trend line, so we're watching out for this. Got a gap to the upside, like we said. Still following this trend. Same thing. Stock RSI very, very low. Check the daily. We were just on the 4 hour. Yeah. So we might get rejected right here, which I kind of like because we could be a little bit more patient on this. But we might get rejected right here where we are. Maybe fall down, and come again and test this trend line right here, or the 50 EMA, because we aren't quite ready on the daily to bounce yet. But maybe by Monday or Tuesday, I'd be looking into getting into this by the end of Monday, maybe at close, or Tuesday.
Look out for like a double bottom maybe on that low that we've seen on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
If we come back down to that support level that low we've seen on Thursday, then from there we could bounce back up hard, especially if the market's doing good.
Right. Notice on the weekly, we're getting up here kind of high. Let's see what happened last time we were here. Last time we were here, we fell. So we could play this either way. But we'll just be patient. And again, we are going to react and not predict. So
Patience is key with these plays.
Yep, exactly. Next, we've got MA. This ran last week. All right, so we're on the daily time frame. Again, stuck in this channel. We've got a nice bounce, 1, 2. This will be the third time on the 19th. We closed right below. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I think we're getting rejected right here by the EMAs, so we'll watch for this maybe to come back down and test. The daily looks good, but when you start looking at the smaller time frames,
yeah, I'm looking at the hour right now.
Yeah, let's get the hour. Yeah, the hourly kind of looks like we're going to get a sell off, which we've got, a gap right here to the downside. So this one's kind of looking a little bit more bearish to me. What do you think, Johno? Bearish or bullish?
Yeah, I think maybe we could see a retest of the 100 EMA on the daily.
Yeah.
So about 360 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see. We've got a head and shoulders on the 15-minute, which is a bearish pattern usually. It kind of looks like we got rejected here. Again, we're still below the 20 and the 50. We've got the 100 right here. If we drop below the 100, like we did right here, then it's gonna gap down pretty hard. So I looking a little bearish on the smaller time frame
as well.
Yeah, that big sell right here. Yeah, big sell.
So I'd be looking to play this on the downside, preferably below. Probably obviously like within the Monday or the Tuesday this week. So I'd be looking below that. On the 50
Yeah.
minute, you were just looking at the 100 and the just
Mhm.
for confirmation, because also you've got that nice gap below it, so you won't want to play it now and then sort of bounce off that 100 or 200 if possible. Especially with the way it's looking on the daily. So, because on the daily it's still following that trend, you've got to take into account. So you
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah. This looks good for puts, I think, still. Especially since we're below here, 100 and 200. I'd really like to get this gap closed at 361. So bearish for MasterCard this week. Silver. What do you think, Johno?
So I'm looking at the daily right now. I think it's interesting because you got these like, I can't figure out whether it's a head or shoulders or not, but you got sort of these three three highs above the 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see that.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So
Oh yeah.
I
Yes.
like this. I like this bearish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, MACD's just curling on the daily, and then also
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So on the hour we bounced off the 200, and we're currently testing the 100. So I think we're sort of like already on the hour, we're sort of on this downtrend from that high of 2650 on the 18th. So I don't think we're going to break above the 20 EMA here. So if we do, I guess you could look for calls back up to 2650, but I won't play it higher. But yeah, on the daily you can see sort of like a head and shoulders pattern going on. So I'd look to play this back down to
Yep.
it depends. I mean, you could scalp this or you could swing it easily. I
Yeah.
think probably below the 25 level, below that
Mhm.
20 EMA on the daily. And yeah, I like it there.
Yeah. Let's see. It does look like we're about to sell right here. Kind of looks like we're gonna sell because we're curling over. Yeah, I like this to the downside. Yeah. Let's see. This gap get closed. I mean, this gap kind of closed. It's still a big scout wick. Uh, but yeah, I can see right here. Yeah, I think we're gonna get rejected. Check this out. Yeah, if we fall below 25.34, this could, and then it breaks below this trend line, we could really get kind of nasty. Um, let's see, and it could sell. I mean, it could. We could be making another head and shoulders right here, maybe. But it's best not to predict, and like we keep saying, like just react to the market. Let it work for us. No need to lose money on something that might happen. We'll just wait for it and
Yeah,
catch it.
especially the
BYND.
yep.
We like pattern repeaters.
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond meat right here. You can see last time we had almost the same setup. We hit a top, we dipped down, rose up. Same here. Kind of had some consolidation. Ultimately, dropped down, found a nice curved bottom. Same thing here. And then we shot up. If it breaks this trend line, this downward trend right here, let's say if it breaks like 111, it's really gonna move to 126 pretty easy. A daily looks like we got a nice support at 99. I know I picked up like 3 shares like 2 weeks ago at like 103. So we're up pretty good on those right now. Already. I really like this company. They've got some meat's really expensive right now, but so they've got some issues figuring out pricing. But I think ultimately when they get those figured out, They usually have pretty good earnings as well. 30-minute looks pretty good. Yeah, see how every time we drop again below this RSI, it gets really low. Let's see if I can show you right here. Okay, we kind of pop off every single time. So let's see, we popped off again. What I like again about this chart, let's see if I can find it, the arc. All right, so we've got a cup and handle on the 30-minute, which is we're just probably going to come back and retest the support here at 106.04. So once we hit 106.4, that's probably, when we bounce a little bit, I'd probably be getting into calls because it's definitely going to get to 109, and we're probably going to aim for a minimum of 110. 81 is where I would take my first profits because you're going to walk away with, guaranteed profits. But we could come up and, get to 9 and 111 if we break out. We've got gaps to the upside. Right here. Yeah, I like this chart. So we'll be on the watch out for this week right here. Leaning bullish. All right, MAXN. Okay. I think I'm bearish on this so far. I like that it broke this downtrend right here, but we've got a sell signal right here on the 20th. So on Thursday, we got the sell signal on the 4-hour. You can see last time we got the sell signal on the 26th, April 26th, we sold off from $20. Let's just call bottom at 14. Let's see, last time we got the sell signal right here. We sold off again, sell signal again, sell signal again. Okay, so we just every time we get a sell signal, we end up dipping out a little bit more. Let's see if we could try to find a good bottom for us. Pushing it. I'd ultimately like to probably play this down till around $12.
Break below that 20 EMA right there on the 4-hour, then
Oh yeah,
I could see either back down to like that previous resistance that we had.
Yeah.
As we broke out, so maybe just take a little retest on there, and then maybe push them from the upside.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely down to a minimum of 14, 23.
I see this pulling back a little bit first.
Yeah. I mean, we've got this right here working for us. If we dip below this right here, I could definitely see us moving down pretty low. It looks like we're about to intersect right here on the daily. Yeah. I think we're leaning bearish. AMC. All right, so we caught this big move. We left gaps to the upside. We are still above the 20 EMA right here. We're also right at this resistance. So let's go and mark that. It didn't really run up as much as I thought it would. I know there's still a lot of shorts out there to be covered and stuff like that. They've got to buy those back. Kind of looks like we're going to get the buy signal here pretty soon. Check the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour is getting pretty low, and we're holding this level right here pretty well as well. I'd say if we can get above the 20 and the 50 EMA, that's probably when we'd get in, look for calls. Yeah, this is holding pretty well. Look at this, 1, 2, not really yet, quite there yet, 3, 4. So we're still holding this area nice right here. We're just stuck in this little small channel here, right here. So we've got this gap right here as well to fill. So be on the lookout for AMC.
Yeah, I think we got some nice support around 12. Same with that 20-day EMA on, I think it was the 4 hour. So depending on whether we can hold them or not, then I'd look to play this to the upside. But if not, and we do break below, I see
But
some
yeah,
room to the downside. I don't, yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sure if this can.
If we break below this, look for us to either catch at 11 or come back down here to retest this trend line to play it to the upside. So what happens a lot of times when you have these pennant formations, a lot of times we'll run up, we'll get a big sell, and then usually the second we'll test this trend line, and the second time will be a bigger move to the upside to catch more investors. So
Yeah, yeah.
we had really good volume, right here, and with this being a meme stock and all their shorts having to cover their positions, it could really, we can move up back to 16 or all-time highs at 18 or $20. Still a good long-term hold, I think, with the world recovering from the pandemic. I see a lot of people, going to movies and stuff like that here pretty soon. Uber. All right, so this is the Uber chart on the 4 hour. So far, we're looking bearish because we broke this uptrend right here. You see, we broke this rising wedge, or not really a rising wedge, but this channel right here. I'm looking to play the downside. The 4 hour looks really good for puts, especially with us being right here at the 20 MA if we fall below this. Still looking bearish on the 2 hour. 1 hour still definitely has room to go down. Get some nice sell volume. So the sellers are definitely trying to push this down. Let's check the daily. Daily looking, we could. Ooh, look at this, Johno. On the daily, we're right here at the 200. If we dip below the 200, it's really going to get kind of nasty.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so you can see what we had in the past. We had this rising wedge, or just lower lows, higher highs type thing right here. We really couldn't break this at all. But once we broke down below here at 55, we dropped really fast to 43. So,
I feel like if we see a red day,
mm-hmm.
Mikey's really gonna get tight right there. So I mean, there's some heavy resistance right there on that path that you've drawn. Especially on the small time frames, you can see it a lot better. You can see them consolidated over the past few days. So I
Right.
think with us being not able to break that level, and then obviously falling out of that big, what was it, sort of like an ascend, like a pennant that we were watching.
Yeah.
With us falling out of there, then we could start to see like full lows.
Very nice.
However, Uber, I honestly, I'd be surprised if this went below 43. I think it's a great company. This is going to be moving. Would you say this would move a lot more with the markets?
I really haven't studied Uber a lot, but I could definitely see it move with the markets for sure. Yeah. It'll be I think we're gonna sell off here. Because look on the daily. We got the sell signal. Here, let's see here. Here we got the sell signal. We sold off pretty hard. See what we got the sell signal. We had the red day. Sell signal had like one red day. So just watch. I think it could definitely get to 46 maybe. So look out for this week. Puts for Uber. Pins. Again, I haven't taken a look at any rest of the charts, but we're gonna do them together. 4 hour. Oof. 4 hour looking to sell here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, look at that. This right here intersecting. This right here. This pin reversal candle usually means downside to come. See it right here. Except the only difference, we were green on the end. But we caught it right. If you caught it right here, you caught a nice move. Same thing I'm expecting to happen right here. So, yeah, this is really good right here. This resistance is pushing us down. So, yeah, I like this to the downside. Still below the 200. We're fighting right now to keep the 100 right here, but this is a massive gap right here. Getting rejected on the daily to continue riding this downtrend right here, especially if we get below the 200 EMA. We haven't been below the 200 EMA in a while on a lot of these stocks, so hence really needs to hold this week right here. If it can't, it's looking pretty nasty. But we're getting ready to move back to the upside potentially. We could sit here and consolidate like this did for a while and then move, but I'm bearish this week on it, especially with this 4-hour giving us a sell, looking to give us a sell pretty soon here, and the daily. Well, I think it was the 2-hour.
Yeah, I think going into the start of this week, I'd be careful if I kind of like it around 60.
Mm-hmm.
Down to this around $60.
I think I'm short term bearish. Ultimately long though. Like short term, because 3-hour, 4-hour looks good, but then we go to the daily. We've got to hold this 200 here, but we still have room to move up here on the daily. So like maybe like the first half of the week, a little bearish. A week though, like I said, does look like it's ready to catch here. But we also had this like massive run up here. You can see this caught on right here. The MACD flipped. I'm sorry, the stock RSI flipped, and we had a massive run. Oh, let's check this right here. Just saw this. You go, Johno.
Oh, okay.
There's your bullish trend right there, trend line. Yeah, I mean at least 2. I think we'll pull down because this just needs some room to breathe before we come back up. But I'd like to ride this down, to 58, 59, that area. So, well, yeah, I mean that'll be a decent sized move. You can make this pretty nice move right here. So short term bearish, long overall. Great company still. MSTR is the last one. All right, for the daily, we're still riding this downtrend right here. Downward, we're also below the 200 EMA. We get a buy signal here though, so we'll see what it looks like on the 4-hour. 4-hour, we're below everything. Still riding the downtrend. Kind of looking to sell again. Not really. Yeah. Like we could maybe get a pop right here though, pretty soon. Short term. That's a fat green candle here. We're getting a lot of sell volume on the lower time frames. Yeah. I would look for this to probably pop up maybe like Monday. And so, I mean, I forgot how expensive this stock was. It's a $450 stock now. I mean, at its all-time highs. All-time highs, it was $1370. So, depending on how you look at it, it did have a massive run up here. So, I mean, it's just taking its needed time to breathe right here. So, it's also going to be a very expensive contract with it being a $450 stock. So, and in this market, with not being like sure about something, it's not something I'm willing to risk losing the money without feeling comfortable about it. But
So if you guys want more videos like these, weekly watch lists and stuff like that, we do a lot of these charting sessions live in our Discord during the weeks. Also live trading as well in our Discord. You come Come check it out, link in the description. Subscribe for more videos like these.